Good morning, everybody. It is real early on Saturday, the 21st of March, 2026. And as promised, we're heading off to an antique tractor pull today. And please forgive me if I don't get everybody's names quite right, because I don't know everybody in the club just yet. And we probably aren't going to have a pull sheet for me to cheat and take names and tractor models off of. But I'll do the best I can and put a bunch of it up above or down below the photo, wording, that way you can read and see who it is. Anyway, let's make about a 15-mile trip to the east of here to the McCrae family farms, where today's events are going to take place. Little BAC case run by Fisk Jr. And pull on the sled here that they've just got weighted up just to see how he's going to do on the uphill pull. And the slow race provided by the McCrae Farms. Yeah, they got their big pullback trailer or tractor here for the sled. And you can definitely tell we are at a dairy, because that's a big pile of decomposting stuff. That's all right though, a little bit of stuff never hurt anybody. Yeah. Up next, down at the starting point of the track, is an late press frame John Deere Model B with a Roll-O-Matic front end on it. We'll see how this goes here. B looks like it's digging in and running good today. It looks like he's going to outpull the first two. I may have to move my chair and go down a little further. By golly, it looks like he's going to make a full pull. I don't know. He may be in trouble. He's down there 200 feet or so. 2 1/4. The old girl's digging in and starting to cough a bit. By golly, he made a full pull out of that. Yeah. Getting Howard again. Pulling that late John Deere B. I repositioned myself to where the uphill levels out. Sorry, the camera's going to be kind of facing into the sun, which isn't going to give you the best video, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. The sled in the group here is the High Desert Antique Tractor Pullers. Find him on Facebook. Put a little more weight on there. You're going to see what he's doing now. They changed the gearing on the box. The weight has moved forwards more, so yeah, he's just right at the top where it levels out. And is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? Oh no, that old deer, that's all she wrote. Here comes a late arrival to the parade. Nice late style John Deere D. Waiting for the pullback tractor to come get the sled, and then that deal hook onto it and go. And in case I didn't mention it, right underneath that weight is mounted a little Honda motor that's powering an air compressor and an alternator. The air runs the clutch mechanism and whatnot for the weight box, and of course then we got the alternator for the electrics in the thing, you know, like the stop go and all that type of thing, lights that is. And we'll get the pullback hooked on and hauled back down to the other end of the track here. Okay, here comes that John Deere D. Let's see how that does here. Yeah, he's got it going. He spun a little bit. I'll find out who the owner and driver is of this thing and post it in the photo here when I get around to editing. I do not know the gentleman, I don't believe. His family's walking along behind the sled though. I guess they all came out here today to see how this thing's doing. I guess it's a fresh restoration or fresh revival back to operating condition. Of all the deers I'd like to have besides an H, I wouldn't mind having one of these old John Deere D's. Kind of a neat old brick. Uh-oh. Getting about 100 feet or so. That's it. I get the sled crew in there to unhook him and whatnot, and maybe we'll give it another whirl with a different gear ratio on the gearbox. And here he comes for his next pull attempt with a little different gear ratio on the sled there. He didn't make it as far that time as he did the rest of it. Oh, it must have popped out of gear or something. They're going to let him go ahead. It's just a test and tune day to day anyway, so it's just all for fun. Next up is, I think, another one of the McRae brothers on a Farmall H with a single front wheel on it. See how he does. that's all that old H is going to write. Good sounding old machine though. It would appear today that the guys are having, if I hadn't said it before, more fun just testing and tuning today. That's the deal with the John Deere. They brought it out, the D, and kind of have a little bit more tinkering to do on it, but did pretty well for being the first time out and running. Next up is an Alice Chalmers coming up the hill with the sled. Chapter President Skylar Silcox running the sled. Got the sled geared up a little bit. That's all that old D series is going to write today. There comes a late John Deere, but it's not a press frame. It's one of the old angle iron frame jobs. We'll find out the year and name of the driver and all that here, and I'll get it on the screen here for you if I can find out who it all is. Oh, that's about all the old girl wrote right there. Come on, girl. Oh, that's it right there. Nice looking old John Deere. Oh my, here comes Curtis Fisk again. Watch that old case lifting that front wheel right up off the ground. There you go. Yeehaw. Yeah, he's still going.
I'll walk up there and hold him.
Oh, I'm all right. He's done.
I have to stop up at the shop. He's got one all tore down.
Oh, yeah?
And pistons are out of it.
John Deere?
Yeah.
What model?
I think it's a 70.
70? Cool.
I'm not sure of that. Though.
Yeah.
I'm not positive.
Yeah, we'll have to stop in there and take a look.
Yeah.
A lot of the tractors in this area had a single front wheel for real narrow row crop work, like for working, cultivating beans and corn, that sort of thing. They could get those little single tires right down there between the crop rows. Now this is a late press frame, John Deere A. Press frame I mean by, if you look at the side frame right there in front of that round flywheel cover, you see how it flares out? That's all pressed steel, it's not angle iron. It's one of the McCrae's son-in-laws. This one's Howard, I believe. Right on. Well, that's about all that old Farmall MD is going to do. So it looks like a Super MD. Looks like it's got disc brakes on it, so I'd say that's a Super. Don't see too many up in this neck of the woods with that wide front end on them. Those crazy tractors start on gasoline until they get warmed up, and then you can switch them over to diesel.
That one's really easy to get up on.
Okay, here comes Curtis Fisk again on his Case 400. We're doing another pull here. We'll see how he does. They're actually going to measure his pull this time. See how far he gets. Well, there's the front end starting to pop. Yep, he's about as far as he's going to get. Yep, that's as far as he's going to get with the settings on the gearbox running that weight. It looks like that weight's all the way to the front even of the sled there. Here comes another one of the Schmitz. Pulling that John Deere again with a different gearing on the sled. Now this is just a fun day here. We're not getting too worried about rules and regulations and whatnot. Oh, that's all she's gonna do right there. They'll probably pull them back again and redo it. Oh, it looks like it's a complete pull on that weight box clear up the front of the sled. Okay, here comes Howard Schmidt again on his John Deere. See how far he's going to get this time. Doesn't look like he's going to make it very far. No, that's about as far as he's going to get. Ha! Yeah! Okay, Howard Schmidt's at it again with his Farmall Super MD. It doesn't appear to have a TA lever on it, so it must be like a 52. No, it's 53. It looks like the battery's underneath the seat. Yeah, there's no TA on it. The battery's under the seat, so that's 1953 model. Here comes that John Deere D again. They've been working on it over there, tinkering on it, trying to get all the kinks worked out of it. The owner's only had that thing now for about a week or so, I've been told. Unfortunately, as yet, I still don't know what the fellow's name is. See how far he can get. I think he's about there. Yeah, old D's kind of on the weak side for some reason. Well, he'll get the bugs worked out of it, and we'll have him back doing another pull, and maybe he can get a full pull out of that thing. And here comes Curtis Fisk again on his Case 400, doing another pull with a setting. Now, what they're doing by the settings, as I'm referring to, is they're trying to figure out the weights of the tractors and the gearbox setting to make that weighted sled, that white block on that says Kenworth on it. They're trying to figure out what weight rating class for the tractors is to combine it to what gearbox gear setting they're having. You know, it's like a 5-speed or something. You know, for the real heavy tractors, you want it at 1, and for the lightweight stuff, you want it at 5, or vice versa, that sort of thing. So that's mostly what they're doing today, is trying to get the gearboxes figured out on their how fast that weight block is going to advance up the sled on top of the skid and that sort of thing. That was one smooth old running case. Looks like the boys couldn't resist. Guess I put that John Deere into four-wheel drive to get it to pull that sled. Well, that's going to do it for today from McCrae Custom Farming in Heyburn, Idaho, where we were having a fun day here at their farm, testing the sled and getting it ready. I'm sorry there was a little bit of wind, might have picked up on the microphone. Yeah, just a test and tune kind of a day for not only the tractors, but the sled as well. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to Dave's Old Iron and stuff. And if you keep subscribing, we'll keep doing more videos like this. Anyway, we will catch up with y'all later. You have a good one now. Bye-bye.